What a week that we are having. A fantastic result of Spurs. Guys, I'm buzzing, absolutely buzzing. I think I must have watched the replay about 50 times at the moment and gone through the whole scale of what YouTube has to offer. But for myself, I thought let me relax yesterday and spend the day just watching all of the content. Really, really enjoyed it. And today now, it's time for us to move on. It's time for us to focus. Stepping forward means looking forward to Man United and who are we going to bring in to help the team this summer. Now, bringing in more capable players will be high on Arteta's list and Edu's. They are the favourites to win the league title now. And Arteta, he's brought some good players in with Edu over the summer and the year before that. And they'll be keen to fill the spots this winter to give us that final charge for the title. Now, you've all heard Declan Rice has recently gave his opinion on Mikel Arteta's side, and Rice is a boyhood Chelsea fan. His best friend Mason Mount is a key player at that team, but he's also revealed his admiration for Mikel Arteta. Arsenal beat West Ham 3-1 on Boxing Day, and he said 100% Arsenal are a top team. You can see they are well coached, incredibly well, and have a lot of attacking talent. A young squad, and they can go all the way for sure. Now, signing players has always been tough in the winter, guys. You all know that. I know we had Aubameyang, Adebayor, and we also had Sharvin in the winter. But some of those deals to pull off are extremely difficult. And for me, guys, they need to figure this out because they do not want another season collapsing right in front of their eyes through to the lack of backups. Now, Arsenal's biggest issue is in the midfield. Thomas Partey is the team's best player, and when he goes missing, so do we. He does a great job in the middle. He does a job of two men in the single pivot, and very, very difficult for Arsenal to replicate that. So, on my list, guys, first of all, is going to be Milinkovic-Savic. Now, the Lazio midfielder is certainly on the table, and at times, his play from the central areas has been outstanding. The cost isn't breaking the bank either. Declan Rice is going to be 80 million, Bellingham over 100 million. But this guy is going to cost the Gunners less than 50 million. He's 27-year-old, so he's in the prime of his career. And for me, guys, he's the perfect choice because he saves you 30 million on Declan Rice in the summer. You can have him now, and then you can use that 30 million to strengthen the team in other areas. Second on the list is Youri Tielemans. Now, this guy was supposed to be an Arsenal player a long time ago, but they don't really want to pay any money for him. Ben Jacobs has already reported that Tielemans would prefer to join Arsenal and has turned down 3 teams, including Man United. And even his personal terms were sorted out with Edu way back in March 2022. But Arsenal, as I said, would prefer to get him on a free rather than pay millions to secure his signature. For me, winning a title is more important than saving money at this point, because being the champions, that could bring you far more riches than sitting out on a midfielder that could help get you over the line, especially when the Europa Cup comes back in February. Number 3 on the list is Marco Asensio. Now, he lost his place at Real Madrid and they offered him a new deal in October, which he didn't sign. Now, Arsenal reportedly had the 34 million offer for Asensio turned down last summer and is said to be holding out for a new deal with Real Madrid, but when they offered him that deal, he didn't sign it. So we could see the Gunners make another pursuit of this target this month. His current deal with Real Madrid expires at the end of this season. So Edu might be looking for a cut-down strike deal at this point. He's played 250 matches for the club, scoring 52 goals in that time. And as I said, he'll be available on a free transfer in the summer, and he will surely have plenty of suitors ready to take him on. Number 4 on the list is Moussa Diaby. Now, Bayer Leverkusen's winger, the 23-year-old French international, would not come cheap. He still has 2.5 years remaining on his contract at Leverkusen. Diaby started out his career at PSG before moving to the Bundesliga in 2019, and he can operate on both wings, and he's got an incredible 43 goals and 41 assists in 146 matches in all competitions. Guys, he knows how to get it done. And clubs know Arsenal are desperate to sign a winger. And we're prepared to offer around 70 million for Mudryk. So clubs will be looking to take advantage of that. Arsenal themselves, they have made initial contact with Bayer Leverkusen, according to Sky Sports. But this was just to find out what they were looking for the player, so he's definitely on their list. Number 5, guys, is Jeremy Pino of Villarreal. Pino has been linked with a move to the Premier League over the last 6 months. So following an impressive 2021-2022 season, he has an 80 million euros, 67 million release clause written into his Villarreal contract. Yet Fabrizio Romano claimed back in August that he could be available for a significantly reduced fee of around 50 million euros, that's 42 million pounds. He's 20 years old, but he registered just 7 goals and 4 assists in 40 appearances across all competitions. So that kind of puts him into the Wolves Neto department for me. He doesn't sound as prolific as what you would need, but right now Arsenal are looking to put bums on seats. Right now they're just looking for competent players who want to play along in the system and get the team over the line. Me personally, I'm not too sure of this. I don't see that he gives you anything that Reece Nelson. Reece Nelson's going to be back in another week, and I don't see anything this guy's going to give you more than what Reece Nelson does. Reece Nelson has already got on the score sheet this season twice, and the more you play him, the more he's going to excel. So I'm really not sure about this Jeremy Pino. However, if the deal is cheap, then I wouldn't mind taking a look at it. Now, we've all seen pictures of Jesus. He's been out since Brazil's final group game in the World Cup against Cameroon. He underwent surgery a few days later and has spent the most time on crutches in a knee brace. But last week we saw he's now able to walk, unaided, and he's been posting videos last week, and this week we saw more pictures of his rehabilitation. Now, not just pictures, but pictures with him kicking a ball. So, as I said, I do expect him to be back the next 5 or 6 weeks. Looking at late February for his return, but I don't know how match fit he's going to be. But what I do know is that help is on the way, guys. Help is definitely on the way. Some of you guys might be talking about other players Arsenal linked with. Vlahovic, after what happened last year, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't go back on the play. He had his chance to join us, and now we're title favourites and top of the league. It's almost like we're going to be attracting everybody now. So he had his chance. Sorry, you blew it, mate. Rafinha, not so much as Rafinha, because he wanted to live out his dream. If a guy's got a dream to play for a team like Thierry Henry had, like Fabregas, they all wanted to play for Barcelona, and they did. If that's something that you dreamed of since you was a little boy, then go and do your thing. And I think right now, even though they've been in contact twice with Barcelona, Rafinha has said he'd rather just try and see if it works there before he thinks about anywhere else. But someone else who has been contacted is Torres. Now, Arsenal confirmed that they made contact and they await further talks. So we have to wait to see what happens there. Victor Osimhen, he's been contacted as well. We know that Newcastle and Manchester United are set to go after him as well. The Napoli star is going to have plenty of people coming after him. So that's not going to be an easy deal. And you're looking at 100 million there. Trossard. Now it's interesting. Arsenal have been offered Trossard. Brighton said, look, he's available. You can have him. He's 5'7", and I'm not quite sure on this one, guys. I really aren't. Look, he's been playing well this season. Take nothing away from him. But where does he fit in on the physicality side of the game? I'm not really sure myself. And what it is for me, guys, is Eddie is just that good. That, for me, you just need a guy like a Gakpo, someone who's going to play across the whole front line, who can play left, through the middle, who can play right. And I just don't think that Trossard is going to be that guy for you. Another guy from Brighton is Alexis McAllister. World Cup winner. I would definitely take a stab at this guy. Look, he's still going to be their player at the end of January, and there's interest from Juventus as well. But also, Atletico Madrid, Chelsea, and Manchester United are after him as well. And Tottenham have even made inquiries of him. So, because of how he is, we know that one's going to be difficult to do. But I have actually put a poll up on the channel, so let me know what your thoughts are and who you would be looking for. And then I'm going to hit you guys up with an Arsenal Man United preview, which I'm going to do with Darren later on. So leave your comments in the comment section below, and I'll catch up with you guys in the next one. Peace out, man. Right back at you guys.